Good morning, thriving warriors and those who wish they were. Alexa, what is the date?
It's Wednesday, September 21st.
Great. Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 5:59 a.m.
And Alexa, what is the weather forecast? Alexa, what is the weather forecast for today?
Right now in Amargosa Valley, it's 53 degrees Fahrenheit with clear skies. Today's forecast has lots of sun, with a high of 81 degrees and a low of 51 degrees.
Okay, excellent. Alexa, thank you.
You're so welcome. I always appreciate your kindness.
Well, what can I say? That's the kind of guy I am. Right. Okay, so we're making our French coffee here. It's a little bit screwed up in my special "You Can't Scare Me, I Have 5 Daughters" cup. Okay, good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Diana. Good morning, Greg. Something's going on here today. Okay. So this is our career services department where our job is to help you what? Help you what, Diana? Get from point A to point B. A is where you are, B is where you want to be, B is better. We're here to help you do that. One way we do that is these morning podcasts, little, as Professor Nancy Kane would say, little breadcrumbs, bleep, 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 along the way that are easy to follow. And I can promise you that if you incorporate them into your life, you will be better. We will help you navigate toward a life of more meaning and purpose. Other things that we do to help you get from point A to point B that are contained in this podcast, see notes below. There's a link to the morning motivational video that I take notes from to use to do this. There is the link to the TED Talk that goes along with our our basic training course, used to be called our apprentice course, which also down below is a link. Remember to subscribe, click on the bell. There is a link to our 4-week basic training course. And also down below is a description of other things we do and links to those things and a transcript from Seth Godin of another little breadcrumb for life. So a lot of little breadcrumbs in these daily videos. And basically the bottom line is to become successful, to get from point A to point B, to help you navigate into a better future, a future life of meaning and purpose. It's simple, not easy, it's simple. And today's simple thought is don't quit. Oh no, that's not it. That was going to be it. I got to change that. It's simple. Do it with love. What? Do it with love. Love what you do. Embrace the suck. Part of embracing something is to not like, oh God, this sucks. I hate it. That's not embracing the suck. Embracing the suck would be, God, I'm glad to be here. There's a billion people out there right now that would trade places with me because they don't have the opportunity to do this. They're too sick, they're too old, they're too infirm, their IQ is too low, whatever it is. They're missing some limbs. Whatever it is, they would trade places with me right now if they could. Morning juice. Thank you, Charlene and Anna, for that last night. As I was at the Iron Sharpens Iron weekly intergalactical forum, which is kind of good. Maybe one day we'll put those online. Okay, so let's talk about our TED Talk. Yesterday, Simon Sinek talked about the 4 neurotransmitters that he would generically say is responsible for our feelings of happiness. All feelings are chemically induced. What? I thought there was something else. No, they're all chemically induced. If you don't release the chemicals in your brain, which we call neurotransmitters, we loosely call them neurotransmitters. Some are hormones, but they're all chemicals. If we don't release those, we do not have feelings. If we release too many, we have different feelings. If we release too few, we have different feelings as well. The goal here is to understand how our brain works, our neuroscience approach. The goal of our neuroscience approach is to understand how our brains work so we can dial in who we need to be right now. And thus we can get rid of a lot of these beliefs that we have that are not based upon reality. They're based upon observation. If A, then B. Well, I'm going to create the story of what A is. So it's like NA or AA, a belief that it's a higher power. No, it's not a higher power. It's the reducing the release of dopamine, increasing the release of oxytocin. Bam, boom, bingo, bango, bongo. Success. What do they tell you to do? How do we know? Well, what do they tell you to do in AA when you feel like drinking? Call your sponsor, go see a friend. What happened? Go to a meeting. What happens when you call your sponsor or go to a meeting? You release oxytocin and you release the dopamine. Your cravings for alcohol goes down because dopamine is driving the cravings. So reduce the dopamine, increase the oxytocin. One way to do that, call your sponsor, go to a meeting. Another way to do it is call somebody you love. It's go do something with other people. Go to church, who knows, whatever. Go to, there's a million things on Meetup that you can go to. Or when you get really good at it, you can imagine you're doing those things. Because our brain doesn't know the difference between what's real and not real, true, false. There are just feedback loops that tell us things are not true. How do we know that? Because when we're dreaming, as an example, when we're dreaming, we think it's what? A dream? No, that's called lucid dreaming. We think it's real. Our brain doesn't know the difference. It's feedback loops and beliefs that drive us. Okay, cool. So we're 7:41 in. That's Simon Sinek. Today is Mark Dawes regarding the reticular activation system, which is a bundle of neurons about like your little finger in the base, in the top of your spinal cord, the base of your brain. And all of the information coming in from the outside world goes through the reticular activating system. That's not exactly true, but it's basically true. That all of the information from the world, everything we see, hear, smell, taste, touch, etc., travels through our reticular activating system. And our reticular activating system, in a sense, works like a filter. It only lets in the things that are important to us right now. So if somebody uses your hand as an ashtray and puts a cigarette out on you, it's kind of important to know that, like, bam, like right now. So we feel that gets through into our brain. But otherwise, we aren't really conscious of how our skin feels right here on the back of our hand. We're not conscious of that right now. We're not conscious of the floor beneath our feet unless we focus on it. We're not conscious on the seat, what our elbows are on. We're not conscious of any of that, of our breathing, the smells in the air, the background noise. We're not conscious of any of that right now because it's not important. But if something disrupted that, we would know it immediately because our reticular activation system is constantly scanning, like a radar, all information available to us, meaning we can hear it, see it, smell it, taste it, touch it. What? Tit for tat? Touch it? No, not really, but whatever. All of that, our reticular activation system is constantly scanning all information available to us in order to let us know what's important. So that's it, 9:44 in. Okay, thoughts for today. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift. That's why they call it a present. I am I. Actually, in the video it says I am me, but I like I am I. I am I. I am I. I am the potential of everything I can become. Love what you do. Back to love. It's simple. Do it with love. Love what you do. It's going to be so much better. And that fits into the category of embracing the suck. This sucks, but I love it. I'm embracing it. God, how lucky am I to be here right now at this point in time in history? How many people from 200 years ago would love to be where I am now? Probably almost the whole planet would love to be where I am right now, the whole planet 200 years ago. How about people from the future? How about people from 200 years from now? What did I say? From now? 200 years ago, 200 years from now. Who knows? Maybe they're going to say, God, that was the golden age. 2022 was the golden age. Meanwhile, people in 2022 are saying, this sucks. This world sucks. Everything's going to hell in a handbasket. Bring back the good old days. Raw, and rizzle-razzle. Okay. What's next? If you keep doing what you've been doing, you'll get what you've always gotten. You need to change. Do it with love. And that, on one level, is love what you do. On another level, it could mean do it with love, like you are a loving person. You're like Gandhi. Okay. And that leads us to Seth Godin. Is there a word for that? Oh, please make sure, I should have said this in the beginning, rewind, back to the beginning. Make sure you have a notebook, write stuff down. Why? It's easier to remember if you write it down because you've got something with the, oh, hey, I wrote it down. I can remember what I said. Our brains are designed to forget about 75% of what we learn within 24 hours. Not what we hear, what we learn within 24 hours. Why? Because our brain doesn't think it's important. We've got too much stuff coming in. Did it remember? Is it important how it felt putting your left sock on yesterday morning? No. But if one day you did it and there was a cockroach in there, I guarantee you, I can promise you, for the rest of your life, every time you put on that left sock, you will be thinking about, is there a cockroach in it? It's just like if the first shock you got, first time you got an electrical shock was because you put something in an electrical outlet, like a paper clip. I can promise you, every time you're holding a paper clip next to an electrical outlet, your brain will automatically go back in time to that moment. That can be used to our benefit, but that's a different story. The story right now is there a word for that? Experts have a word for it. If it's important, conceptual, or frequently discussed, there's probably a domain-based word that experts understand. The precision of a special vocabulary allows them to do better work. But, and that's spelled B-U-T, not B-U-T-T. See the difference? Specialized vocabulary. If I say B-U-T-T, that means a part of your body, right? Which may or may not be appealing to you. But, meaning take away what I said before that, just because someone knows the word for it doesn't mean that they understand or that they're a useful expert. Just because we use special words, spooky words, mystery words, magic potions. Well, this would be an incantation. Incantation. See how that words make you feel certain things? Okay. And if someone doesn't know the word for it, it might be worth investigating what else they don't know. That's an interesting thing. If people don't know the words for things, they probably don't know what the beep they're talking about. If someone doesn't know the word for it, it might be worth investigating what else they don't know. Domain knowledge and experience are powerful tools, right? Okay, excellent. thank you. Once again, Seth Godin, we bow down to you because we need to stop chasing shortcuts. That's another sign that's over there. Stop chasing shortcuts. And click out. Here we are at 15:09. Wow. I've got to get on the road for Porumpertucky soon. Jeff, I have some mail for Justin Dolliver and Scott. Maybe we can flesh them out with that. But anywho, as some people say, they can't use the right word for it. Boom. See how I said that? Boom. Now waiting for Diana to hit send, to post what she's going to say. What are we saying? Boom equals Navy SEAL Maxim of I wonder who else is online right now. We have a mystery person. Anyway, oh, they just left. Someone just left. Who could that be? Okay, yesterday was the only easy day. What does that mean? Push yourself just a little bit harder today. How do we do that? Well, one way, not the only way, one way is to what? Embrace the suck. No, one way is to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Maybe you can write down in your book today on the 5 things that are important. Write down 5 ways you're going to become a little bit more uncomfortable today. Number 1, call the director. That son of a bitch. Okay, whatever. What are some ways you're going to become comfortable being uncomfortable? Write down 5 things that you can do today that are a little bit uncomfortable. And it could be as simple as, I'm not going to adjust the seat when I get in the car. I'm not automatically going to turn on the air conditioning or the heater. I'm not going to whatever it is that you do as a routine unconscious behavior. Okay. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. Well, how do we get comfortable being uncomfortable? One way to do it is to embrace the suck. Love conquers all. Or should it be love conquers all? Really? And okay, so embracing the suck. What's next? Don't compare yourself to other people. Compare yourself to what? Who you were yesterday. 4. No, that's number 4. Number 5, be more samurai. That actually needs to be number 7. Down there, number 7. Okay, let's go to number 5. Choose the hard path. Choose the hard path. H-H-O-R-D-S. H, hard work. H, humility. O, ownership. Take ownership of what you do. R, responsibility. Take responsibility for what you do. D, for discipline. Just keep doing it. Don't quit. And S, for sacrifice, especially for other people. That gives your life meaning and actually purpose. Okay, so choose the hard path. H-H-O-R-D-S. Have a goal. It's not good enough to have a routine. You need to have a goal. You need to be goal-oriented. You need to be resourceful. And number 7, be more samurai. Sorry for the length of this today, people, and cut. Cut.